But anyways, are you guys ready to close it off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, dear listeners, for listening, as you always do. Hopefully, we'll have video next time.
Yes.
Yep,
And
video.
it's a chance. Might not happen because we haven't gotten it all figured out yet. So we might have to wait episode or 2.
Mhm.
But as soon as possible, it's gonna happen.
As soon as
we're
possible.
starting the ride now.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you guys ready to close it off?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Peace out, Media Junkies.
All right.
Honestly,
Finally.
Yeah,
Greatest.
holy
I think it's
crap.
gonna be the best episode we made.
Yeah, I mean, we did pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Really, really
it was
good.
good.
It's been building up to this one for a while.
Mhm.
Poured a lot of effort into it.
A lot.
But you guys ready to talk about paradoxes now?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Yeah, paradoxes, the topic of the episode.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
So I gave you guys homework. I gave myself homework.
Mhm.
We each came up with 3 paradoxes that we have to talk about today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just whatever ones we found interesting. I guess we should talk about.
We should explain what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode is another, like the Christmas one, is a failure.
But it was good.
It was so. We basically did the first 15 minutes of the episode, and then Hunter realized that Austin is a big doofus and forgot to plug in the audio.
This is what he said. You guys are gonna be really mad about this, but look, and then pointed at us.
Yeah. So we're redoing it now.
Yeah. But we only got 15 minutes in.
Yeah. So.
And this is already padding out the episode.
True, it is. That is true. So for the audience, our first cluster of paradoxes that we'll talk about obviously isn't going to be as genuine because we already talked about it.
Yeah.
But it's okay because they're grouped together into a genre, time travel.
Yeah, they're all time travel.
They're all pretty similar. So
and I also found another one. If we need to have one extra at the end, I have another one too.
okay,
Nice.
all right, that's fine.
Thanks.
Good job.
Yeah. Wow, very uplifting today.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah. So.
Seething.
Yeah. So who I guess we can just start straight off with the time travel ones.
That's mine. That's
Yeah.
mine.
So mine's from a video game,
Which video game, Luke?
Ocarina of Time.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
My favorite game.
Yeah.
No.
But it's about. So in the game, you learn about the Song of Storms from the guy in the windmill. Who's,
Oh really?
Who's, yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's
What?
playing a song, and he's like, "Duh," and you meet him in the present. He's like, "I'll never forget the kid who
Taught me this song.
Who went into the windmill and played the song and messed the whole thing up. I'll never forget the song." He teaches you the song, and then you go back in time and play it for him. Screws up the windmill,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that. I'll never forget this song." So then he just is in a constant state of learning and unlearning the song pretty much, and
That's
teaching it
funny.
to Link.
Yeah.
And it's a wacky one for sure.
Pretty wacky.
But
Don't
yeah,
you-
it goes in with the time travel theme.
Yeah.
Don't you also turn like adult Link in that game too?
Yeah, that's
With
when
that-
that's when you learn the wait. You learn it when you're an adult, and then you go back in time to when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like.
Wait.
Wait.
Okay, wait. You learn it when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you were a kid, so you go back in. So once you learn the song from him, you go back in time to being a kid, and then you go teach it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just like they're just teaching each other.
Yeah.
Forever.
Hey, I'm gonna teach you this song, and now I'm gonna teach you this song. I'm gonna teach you
Yeah.
this song. Now I'm gonna teach you this song.
And like the guy doesn't even realize that it was the same guy.
Yeah. So all right, and then Hunter, you had the bootstrap paradox.
Yeah.
I mean the what paradox?
Yeah.
What?
What's
Huh?
What's that one about? Not time travel.
It's not a paradox about time traveling or anything about like that. If a person or an object goes back in time. What?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a paradox in which information, a person or an object sent back in time creates a infinite loop where the person or the object has no observable origin. In other words, it behaves as if it has no origin.
Like the song.
Yes.
Yes, like the song.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wait a second. That makes it a bootstrap paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. This is the category.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for the audience, since they've already heard this,
Mm-hmm.
so now imagine this is the first part. Imagine a person discovers a time machine and travels back in time, and then
Okay,
second.
I'm imagining.
Yes.
Step 2, the person hands a famous book to an author from the past, claiming it to be their own work. Step 3, the author publishes the book.
This is how to.
Now, this is how you time travel. Step 3, the author publishes the book and it becomes widely known and influential. Step 4, eventually, the original time traveler finds the book in their own future and decides to use the time machine to go back in time and give it to the author.
What if it wasn't the author's own work?
Yeah.
Then
That
you
would
just-
change the future.
That would change the future a
Yeah.
lot.
Like if you gave a Shakespeare book to Sir Arthur. Wait, no. I
It's
guess,
to Sir Arthur.
I guess Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
I guess
Ah.
he would have been around.
Give it to Alexander Hamilton.
What? He didn't write any books.
Exactly, that's the point.
No, what?
They don't have to write a book. Think about it.
Yeah, so what if you gave like a Dr. Seuss book to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and then he published it, and then in the future Sherlock Holmes is like a Dr. Seuss character?
That would go
That would
crazy.
be crazy.
That would-
I want to see that happen.
That would
Let's
go
do that, actually.
Can we get a crossover?
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes and Dr.
Crossover.
Seuss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
What
only.
what if Dr. Seuss didn't actually write the books?
What he did. Actually, no.
Yeah.
It was Ted, guys.
Dr. Seuss cheated on his wife.
Yeah, he did.
So did Bob Ross.
Wait, really?
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa!
What?
Information to me.
Yeah, Bob Ross cheated on his wife.
But he's such a calm guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Such a
Vince.
cool dude.
Yeah.
So he's cheating on your wife. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Kidding.
whoa.
No.
Yeah. All right. So now to get into the one that I already explained, the grandfather paradox, another time travel one. Yeah. Act surprised.
Yeah.
What?
If,
Grandfather?
yeah. So this one basically states, if you go back in time and kill your grandfather or pulverize, that's an extinct bit now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It
but
doesn't exist anymore
Yeah.
because
Only we get to know how funny it was.
yeah. Trust us, it was
It
funny.
was
so
amazing.
If you go back in time and kill your grandfather or just prevent yourself from being born, then how would you have ever been able to go back in time in the first place to do that? Because you no longer exist because you went back in time to kill your grandfather and you were never born.
Yeah.
But then you had to have been born because you went back in time to kill yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
So how...
So
So do you exist? Do you not exist?
I think what would happen is you would like, or okay, you would stab him or whatever you want to do. You'd pulverize him, and
Okay.
as soon as his life force leaves him, you just go black
What I think would happen.
because you just
Yeah.
cease to exist.
But like I said, I feel like you also would... you would just destroy the universe.
Yeah,
Because,
something would boom, like something would explode.
Yeah, because, you have to exist for that to happen.
Got another one.
Oh, you got
Zelda.
You got another paradox? Did you come up with
Guys.
it?
I remember it from a book I used to read when I was little.
Oh, nice.
It's like the Zelda timeline.
Yeah.
2 timelines.
Because you had to
3
have been
timelines.
there to make yourself not
Well,
be there.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Multiple
yeah.
timelines,
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah. So even if my thing was right about you just going black, it still wouldn't make sense because
You still would have had to.
even if you didn't exist in the first place, you still wouldn't be able to kill your grandpa.
Yeah. Poor grandpa, dude.
Yeah, you do.
He's going through
Yeah,
it.
this is not his day.
Yeah. All right.
Just so you guys know, these are actually new things we're talking about.
Yeah,
So
we-
we had twice as many things to talk about on
That's
these
true.
paradoxes.
somehow we came up with new stuff
I
to
know.
talk about. But
That's just how it goes. We just flow.
I know. But I think were we midway through this one when we realized we had to restart the episode? The one.
No, because I did
No,
like page paradox.
It was my.
That's
It
right.
was my.
That's right.
It was right after my information one, and
Your
you started
information
talking.
one.
And went, oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So blank page paradox.
Blank page paradox. In office buildings, when you're working and stuff, you have stacks of documents.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they leave pages blank intention. I don't know why. I forget the reason why. But they leave the pages blank, and on the very last page where it's blank, they write, this page left blank intentionally, which
Yeah.
therefore makes it not blank.
Whoa,
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
that's crazy.
I said it's just humans being stupid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I mean, do you really need to know if it's been
Hey,
left blank
guys.
Yeah,
intentionally?
well, I mean, because they're like, oh, why did they get this weird blank piece of paper? Like, we got you, not blank.
Yeah.
Hey, this is no longer blank anymore.
Why would
so
they give them a blank piece of paper
I can't
then?
remember. I gotta look up the reason.
You got
I'll look it
okay.
right now, but
What you
Yeah.
gotta do is gotta give them a piece of paper that says it's not blank anymore, and then it's no longer a blank piece of paper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just have to imagine stuff on it, and it's not blank anymore.
Yeah, just
What they should write is this page left
used to be blank.
void of information intentionally or something like that, not blank.
It's even worse.
No, because they said like, oh, because that is information.
yeah. There's just no way you can explain.
Yeah, okay, Luke. I don't think you can talk
Yeah,
about people being stupid anymore. I'm kidding.
You got me there. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Fermi
All right.
paradox.
So it's not the Fermi
Oh,
paradox.
This is the black
Guys,
hole
my brain is
information
broken.
paradox,
I
and
think-
then we do the Fermi paradox,
Yeah.
which
This
is probably my
episode is
favorite
already-
one that I've ever learned about.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Let's give us a breakdown. This is a very long one, correct?
Yeah.
This is the one that we use. Quantum
Actually-
physics are analyzed.
Yeah.
Quantum physics.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Yeah. Oh.
So basically, I said this already.
Yes.
The ashes one, like burn a piece of paper that has information on it. You can't technically put it back together because you can't just piece it back together.
Yeah.
But if you were to like analyze it and you were to like put it in some like machine thing, you could theoretically put it back together because have the information still on it
Yeah.
because information is never lost.
Right.
Now we get into the long
The lore.
explanation
Yeah.
of this.
Well, why don't you skip every other sentence?
No, just
That would be just dumb.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
Luke,
Just,
I don't think you're
I don't
doing
think there's
so
any
hot
way
right
to
now.
shorten this. I think
I don't. Yeah, there's not
every
really
word is important.
every word is
just tough
physically-
it out. You
Sink
got
this
it.
into your
Let's,
brains.
let's do this.
Okay.
Ian, also got
I'll
this
put
out.
some cool music.
Can
over
I read
this.
it?
Yeah.
All right, just go for it.
Okay, the black hole information paradox is a theoretical puzzle in the field of theoretical physics and astrophysics. Physics. Primarily associated with the study of black holes, the paradox arises from the fundamental principles of quantum. Fundamental principles. Wait, you made me reread because you guys were laughing at something. Jeez.
Now I gotta restart.
Oh no.
Quantum mechanics and general relativity. The two pillars of modern theoretical
I
physics
remember the pillars.
Yep.
in classical physics, information is considered to be conserved. This means that if you know the initial conditions of a system, you can theoretically predict its future and past states with certainty. However, when quantum mechanics is introduced into the picture, things become more complex. According to quantum mechanics, information is never lost. The evolution of a quantum system is described by a unitary operator, and this process is reversible. The context of black holes: when matter falls into a black hole, it is believed to eventually reach the singularity at the center,
I'm about to put this information in a black hole.
Yeah.
effectively disappearing from our observable universe. This creates a problem because it seems to violate the principles of quantum mechanics, which suggest that information should always be conserved.
Oh.
Still don't understand it the second
I
time.
went lightheaded that entire way through. I am not gonna lie to you.
This is when I reveal that I forget to hit the recording
Yeah,
button.
yeah.
I would cry. I would actually cry.
No, let me go. You chose to repeat that speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was much better to repeat it than because I can't. As I said, I can't do the thing of just going, "This is this and this is this," because I'm not good at paraphrasing.
What?
Paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Jesus,
okay.
it's not that difficult to
Yeah,
explain.
no, I got it now.
Yeah.
It take it takes me a little time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know that about
like
me.
your whole. This thing has information. Is left out without information that has information on it.
That made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It did because it's what you said.
Wow.
Okay, what's next? Okay, new content.
New content now.
New game
We
plus
don't.
Media Junkies.
We don't have to repeat the same
Yeah.
topics again. So yeah, basically that paradox is information can't be forgotten.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Information can never
It's
be lost.
never permanently lost.
It's like the saying, you never forget to ride a bike or
Yeah. You never forget how to.
ride a bike.
Sometimes I do forget to ride my bike.
Yeah.
Shut
My
up.
bike's been in the garage for like how long?
Yeah,
now,
I went
and
through
just
like
don't
a
ride it
month.
anymore.
I went through like a month in the summer where I rode my bike, but I guess I could still ride it if I got on it.
Could I still ride it?
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
Maybe I forgot how to ride my
it's
bike.
the dead of
actually.
winter right now, but we have to know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to know right now. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes, it's my
No,
turn.
it's actually Luke's turn now.
No,
Yeah,
it's under.
I never get to go.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the paradox.
we'll go into this one because this paradox is kind of similar to your blank page paradox
Okay, cool.
in a way. This is the liar paradox, and essentially, so to explain this, because it gets a little confusing the more you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the sentence. This sentence is false.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
This one hurts my
Oh.
brain.
So if this sentence tells the truth, then that sentence is in
Isn't
fact false. But that means it is not telling the truth,
Mhm.
even though it has to be because it's true.
And
but
if
it's
it's-
false then.
Yeah, but then starting over, if it is false,
Yeah.
then it would be true.
Exactly.
So
Is it true? Is it false?
never write this sentence.
Yeah, never write this sentence ever.
Yeah, there's no way to make that sentence make sense. I feel like, you know what I mean?
I think Hunter's brain melted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's switching.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. So this paradox isn't really important. Any deeper meaning behind it? I think it's just a goofy kind of thing.
yeah.
There's not really any deeper meaning behind this one. And I just picked it because I thought it was mind bending enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just imagining some guy with like his hair pulled out, just staring at that sentence like,
I know.
Yeah.
like for an hour. It's like, what does it mean?
Yeah, someone out there is still trying to figure out is
Yeah.
the sentence true? Is it false?
Yeah, there's like two loops to it because
Yeah.
it's the double paradox.
Yeah, it
The
really
num-
is.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we on the? Do we all do two now? We all did two.
Yeah.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now Luke,
I
going
actually
back
have
to
three
Luke.
more because I keep finding more.
Can you
you-
stop?
Lucky me,
Oh,
but I'll
gosh.
stop. I'll just
Okay.
pick one. The 8-ball paradox.
Ooh.
This one is actually, I guess it's sort of time travel, but okay, an 8-ball falls into a wormhole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the wormhole takes it like an hour back in time, where it flies out and hits the 8-ball
Yeah.
out of the
Oh.
way. But then the 8-ball wouldn't have been able to fall into the hole because it wouldn't be in the same place that it was to go into the wormhole before.
So that's essentially the grandfather paradox.
Essentially,
Yeah.
but in a different way
Right.
to look at it.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Pretty
That kind of broke my brain. Like,
pretty simple.
that
I guess.
literally just like made me tired thinking about that.
What the
8-ball, but like, I
yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
That
Well-
one's weird to me.
Essentially grandfather then.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Okay, then, but I want to bring up another one.
Yeah,
It's
bring-
stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
bring up
one
another
is. I read a book when I was little with my. I still remember this book very fondly, called "Fortunately the Milk,"
Mhm.
and it was about this dad who left to go get milk, and the kids
Mhm.
were like, "Where is he?" And he was gone for a long time.
Yeah.
But then he comes back, and he's like, "Oh, here's my story about how I got the milk."
Mm.
And he takes on this story where he was like, "Oh, I got captured by pirates, and I almost dropped the milk off board. But fortunately, the milk somehow like didn't fall off, and I caught and then
Yeah.
the basis of every section is like he's in immediate danger, but then fortunately the milk like saves itself or whatever.
Mhm.
And there's multiple parts throughout the book where it's like, fortunately the milk was grabbed by like a hand out of nowhere and just gave it to me and then left. And at the end
Yeah.
of the book, he time travels and goes back in time, and every single time the milk is in danger, him from the future helps him from the past with the milk. So every single time the milk almost like fell like was lost, basically, he from the future came in and helped him.
Mm.
So
Milk.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if he helps himself like he's in a loop of helping himself basically, but then at the end of the book
So
he,
basically, Song of Storms.
kind of a little bit, but not
Yeah.
really, not really.
I guess a lot of paradoxes are
I mean,
very
yeah,
similar.
But then at the end of the book he touches himself and like
Wait, what?
He what? He does what?
He touches himself from the future. Like they
Right.
touch and like they make a big collision,
Yeah.
and then the events
Oh.
of the whole milk thing never happened.
That's
It's explained after they touch each other. They make a big explosion, and all the events were erased back to before he like went on the whole journey, and before himself from the future first helped him.
that's
basically.
kind of like
Right.
the movie Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Yes, it is.
True.
Actually, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the book, he's like, "Yep." So I just got the milk, and then but like at the bottom of, because like the pirates like inscribed a symbol on the milk or something in his story, but then at the bottom of the milk, the symbol is still there. So they did happen. The events did happen.
Yeah.
Or didn't they?
I don't know. That's the question, isn't it?
It's a weird book. It was a weird book. I don't know why I ever read that book as a kid because it confused me so much.
Probably,
yeah.
Yeah. What age did you read that book at, brother?
I think I was probably like 9 or 10.
Nice.
And I still don't understand it to this day.
Yeah. All right, going back to you, Hunter.
Okay, so the Fermi paradox, which was probably one of my first ever paradoxes I ever learned about. This paradox basically describes the like that humans are like the only thing alive or in the universe.
Go on.
Oh,
Like
you
we're
mean,
like the we made it through like a test, there's like a series of tests and stuff like that.
I understand because I think I've already heard about this.
Yeah. So this one's longer than the other one. There's some words because I'm very not bright sometimes that I probably won't say correctly at all. Anyways, but the Fermi paradox already can't even speak properly. Jeez, the Fermi paradox is the apparent contradiction between the high probability of existence of extraterrestrial civilizations and the lack of evidence for or contact with such civilizations. The paradox is named after physicist Fermi. Fermi. I think it's Fermi paradox.
Fermi, yeah.
Okay. Who famously asked, "Where is everybody?" during a
Where is everybody?
conversation. Where is everybody? Question mark. During a conversation about the possibility of intelligent. God, I hate this word. Extraterrestrial life.
Oh yeah, that's
It's hard to say sometimes. The basic idea is that, given the vast number of stars in in our galaxy, many of which are similar to our sun, and the potential for habitable planets, it seems likely that life could have arisen elsewhere.
Arisen.
I don't know. Could have arisen elsewhere in the universe. With the age of the universe and the relatively short time it took for intelligent life to evolve on Earth, one might expect that other civilizations, if they exist, would have had ample time to develop advanced technology and become detectable. However, despite our efforts to search for extraterrestrial intelligence,
I'm just waiting for the dumb version.
We have yet to find any conclusive evidence. This apparent absence of extraterrestrial civilizations raises several hypotheses. Hypotheses?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Something like that.
I think it's hypotheses. Hypotheses, I think it is called. And potential solutions to the paradox. Some of these include the possibility that advanced civilizations self-destruct, that they are too far away for us to detect, or that they communicate in ways we cannot currently comprehend.
Okay.
Round of applause.
Yeah. So, what's the paradox?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of already explained it towards.
Okay. Well, figure it out.
The paradox is that, like, there is a possibility that there's another there's extraterrestrial life. Aliens. That there's aliens and stuff like that, right? Technically, they're aliens to us, but obviously they're not aliens themselves.
Right.
But that they exist, but we just haven't had any contact with them. But there's also a possibility that they don't exist, and that we just believe that they exist because we believe that we're not the only ones that are intelligent enough.
Yeah, we've gotten into this rhythm of believing they exist so much that we're on a fool's errand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's crazy. That is a really big paradox.
Not to fall into the trap of the paradox, but they do exist. They have to, right?
They definitely have to.
Like,
yeah.
And there have been so many.
Well, also that come with the paradox is that that they may just not be contacting us because as humans, as you said, we are stupid, and we are basically opening our planet up, like, hey, guys, come to us, and stuff like that, and they're probably just staying hidden.
Yeah.
To where we can't detect them, and they probably have themselves.
What I like to think about, which is kind of cool, like, what if, like, there's like humans out there on another planet, but they're still in like their medieval age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So they
I wonder about that. Like if they're behind us,
Yeah.
so they haven't been able to figure out how to talk to us.
Right.
And by that point, we'll be too far gone. Like we'll
Yeah.
become aliens to them.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's a paradox.
That's a paradox. We become the aliens eventually, right?
Well-
Like,
Oh yeah.
as like, what if we advance as a species to the point to where we are the stereotypical alien,
Yeah.
and then we are, and then the other planets
Yeah.
that are just now getting to where we are right now are looking for us as
And then we're
aliens.
just like, we'll do what we'll hide, just like the other
Yeah.
aliens taught us.
Wow.
The Song of Storms.
That's a paradox right there.
Holy God.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we're technically still aliens to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, but he's saying aliens in the sense of like
Like what we think of aliens are.
extraterrestrials.
That would still be
Yeah.
extraterrestrials.
Yeah. Technically,
Because alien just is the way of describing someone that doesn't naturally happen. Like in our
Yeah.
yeah, and technically, something is an
Or that's
alien
not
if
natural.
it's not in our planet. So if
Exactly.
you were to go outside
Well-
the planet, you would technically be an alien.
Yeah.
well. Okay, so I'll
Makes
explain
me mad.
this kind of. So America, right?
America. Yeah.
Right. Go on.
Aliens.
Someone that's not from America,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they come into America is technically would be considered alien because
Yeah.
they're not from America.
Right.
So even if you leave our solar system, like you leave here, you'll be an alien in the solar system, but you won't be an alien to America. Or like
You'll
mostly
never-
America or the world
You'll,
really.
you'll never be.
You'll never be
democracy.
you'll never be an alien in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's it.
Is this
I mean-
am I on the last paradox here?
Think so, yeah, for
Yeah.
you.
NASA did confirm the existence of UFOs, just so we're all aware. Like this happened and nobody cared.
Yeah.
They could just be doing it to silence us.
Some
Kidding.
people are
I'm
saying
kidding.
some people are saying all this alien stuff is happening because they're distracting us from something bigger going on within the government or something.
Oh right.
Tasty.
We're not getting
Yeah.
government.
Tasty.
Why'd you bring up that word?
Conspiracy theories.
Like, why do they stop exploring the ocean?
True. Why did they stop exploring the? I don't want to think about that
Yeah,
actually.
that's
I
scary.
do. You know what? I do.
Especially
They-
Austin.
Why did so NASA stops exploring the ocean and now they want to get off the planet? Well, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah, I don't wanna
Oh my
know.
gosh. I don't like my whole leg's just like tensed up. when
That's
you said
kind of
that.
freaky.
Now I know why you hate the ocean.
Yeah, what's down there, man?
I want to know what's down there.
Yeah. Hunter's like dive right in.
Yeah.
want to see.
So this is probably my favorite paradox. It's also distractible. Please don't sue us. This is like one of
Sue us.
Distractable's biggest bits.
Yeah.
We have no money.
I don't remember where the bit originated from. If Mark
Yeah.
said something, but like.
I don't either.
Was it about the paradox or just have
I-
you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
yeah. I don't remember exactly where it originated from, but the ship of Theseus paradox. So to give a little background story, Theseus was a mythical king and the hero of Athens, right?
Hypotheses.
Okay. He did a lot of sailing, and his famed ship was eventually kept in an Athenian harbor as a part of memorial/museum piece.
Got it.
Those wooden pieces of the ship eventually rotted and needed to be replaced. So he replaced each of these wooden pieces of the ship one by one. Like one would rot this day, he would replace it. And then the next day, these other two would rot, so he would replace them with new pieces of wood.
Yeah.
So in this process of replacing the rotten planks went on over and over and over again. And so eventually, the entire ship of Theseus was built with entirely new pieces of wood than the original. But is it still the ship of Theseus then?
Yeah.
Because it's built with all new pieces of wood, but it was only changed over time. It wasn't all completely rebuilt from scratch.
Actually, technically, it would still be the same ship. Because
Why?
there's a part of the ship that cannot, if it's completely destroyed, then you can't. Then it's completely gone. There's I think it's like the bottom of the ship. There's like a little like piece that if it's destroyed, the ship basically will just destroy itself from like there. So technically, if that piece is still there originally, then the ship is technically the same ship.
Okay.
I learned this
But what
from
if
One
it's not?
Piece.
But what if it's not though?
What if it's not? Then it's a completely new ship. You technically can't replace it. you would have to completely rebuild the entire ship.
Well, let's suspend our disbelief for this. If that, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, just based on what the information that he just said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
would it still
the
be
point,
the ship of Theseus without that knowledge? Like, if they didn't know that.
Yeah, without the debunking of the paradox, I guess.
Well, just because they don't know the information doesn't make it
Yeah.
less
I
true.
guess so.
Is that a paradox?
Or does it? Yeah.
Do you know the?
Why does this keep happening?
Is the information? I don't know. I think we're just oversimplifying what a paradox is.
Yeah.
But
which is hard to do because.
Well, because you're supposed to. Well, the whole point of paradoxes is that you're supposed to figure them out. Like they're just supposed to be like
well,
you're trying to find the
paradox
solutions.
You can't figure out.
No,
Yeah.
it's no.
So this is a bad paradox.
No.
No.
The whole point of us really making paradoxes was really to figure them out and what the solutions of them are.
Oh, we're like detectives.
Yeah. It's to make us seem smarter.
Well, I really like this paradox because it's kind of like outside of, say, just not the ship of Theseus. It's like an identity crisis kind of thing. Like, after you've gone through so much of a transformation in your life, by the end of your life, are you even like the same person as when you started?
Yeah.
Because it's like you've gone through so much, you've changed so much, obviously, over however many years you've lived.
That would have to be. No, I think you're still yourself.
Yeah, you're the
There's
same.
still a core
Even
piece
if
of you that's the same.
There has to be a little tiny piece of you that handles emotions differently, like the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like your whole life, you've always. You know what I mean? Like,
your soul kind of is always essentially
but
the same person.
It's different with a ship, though.
Yeah. That's So
that is interesting.
Yeah.
What if if you're an organ donor, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and your guts get transplanted. Do they now belong to that person, or are they still technically your guts?
I think it belongs. Well, it's kind of depressing, but you've seen like the videos of like when people die and then they like someone else needs their heart for a transplant.
Organ donor.
The parents will like want to hear their kid's heart beating inside another person. Like they want to like hear their heart beating or whatever, kind of like that. So I think it still kind of belongs to the original person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like in someone else now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of under the same line.
Would you feel good walking around in some stolen organs?
Well, they're not stolen. They're not stolen.
It's like FNAF sister location.
Yeah, you're just
walking
around in some stolen organs.
Well, actually,
after that heartfelt story, you could say that.
Actually, they're not stolen because they're given to you with consent.
They're dead.
With consent.
They're dead with consent.
Because if you
they consented to die.
No, they consented to getting their organs removed and like given out for people to give to people, so it's not technically stolen.
Yeah.
Now, if they weren't consented to give out, then that would be stealing. If you just stole someone's organs and just put them in your body, that would be stealing.
Here's kind of a funny story under the same line.
Funny story. Right? They died.
Yeah. No. So when I first went to get my license, one of the questions they always ask you is if you want to be an organ donor. And at this time, I was like, or I think it was my temp, so I was like 16.
No, I did the same thing.
And I didn't know exactly what an organ donor was. So I told him no because my thought was like, if I say yes to this, they're gonna take my organs.
They're gonna come after you.
Yeah, and basically,
somebody needs your organs.
The dude that asked me if I wanted to be an organ donor, like obviously,
like right now, do you want to donate?
That's what I thought. I got my ID, and they asked that. I'm like. And my mom's like, they're not going to, like, just take your organ. Yeah. I said, like, when you die, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
But no one clarified that for me. So I told him no. And this dude looked at me like I was the worst scum imaginable.
You are. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You
How could you do that?
And he looked to my grandma who was with me at the time. And he was like, are you okay with this?
And your grandma was like.
And I looked at her and I was like,
what did I do?
Yeah, I was.
Because if you say no, it happens now.
Yeah, they're going to take your organs now.
The question is not, do you want to be an organ donor? It's, do you want to be an organ donor in the future or right now?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. You know, this, I guess I never even said that, but this episode itself is almost a paradox because we're like stuck in a loop of constantly redoing this episode.
It was only once.
It was only once, but like.
And he goes, well, actually, guys, this has not been recording this entire time.
Yeah. Funny thing, it's, you know, we're gonna have to redo it again because it just didn't record the entire time.
That would be so
Okay,
bad.
you're joking.
It didn't record the entire time.
I know you're joking,
You're
all right?
joking.
If that actually happened, you'd be like...
I'm joking.
I know.
I was actually gonna
If that actually happened, I would
Yeah.
explode.
I
Probably.
would stop doing this.
If that happened, then how could I? Okay, I don't know.
If that happened,
I was-
how could I?
How could you have ever said that?
I was.
How could the audience have ever heard you say that if it wasn't recording?
We're making our own paradox right now, guys.
It's crazy. Can we talk about lobsters for a second?
Horseshoe crabs.
Yeah, why not, you know?
You know, like, I mean, okay, just there's got to be some kind of paradox we can come up with lobsters.
Yeah,
Right?
because they can't die unless they get exhausted. So what if
No, they
what if a
die.
lobster goes back in time
No.
and like forces a lobster to run on the treadmill and
No,
exhaust itself,
no,
but
No.
it wasn't dead already?
no.
Under the lobster.
They die
constant-
from shell disease.
Wait,
Wait, go. Are you what?
They can their shells can get like diseased.
I thought they could only die from.
Well, you
Or
see-
no, they can't die
we
from
said
old
this.
age.
Yeah, they can't die from
oh,
old age.
yeah.
How do we? Oh my god! How do we go through this every time?
I don't know.
So they die from shell disease. They're I'm pretty sure they can get parasites too.
I think
Exhaustion.
most people can,
Yeah,
or and lobsters for that fact.
lobsters aren't people. You know? I think
Exactly.
Most people can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lobsters aren't people. Okay,
Okay.
they don't feel pain. I hate when people say that because their pain receptors may not be the same as ours. But you can if you watch videos of people killing lobsters,
Yeah,
like
like-
you try like
How much does Hunter care about lobsters?
they put the knife in their head and they push it down and their tails are like flapping like up and down like they're like oh lobsters can't feel pain and then you watch them physically feel pain as they're dying.
This is not a bit. Hunter is being legit right now.
I am being so serious right now.
I'm surprised that for the Super Junkies episode, you weren't like you didn't.
I didn't
come
do a
up-
lobster man. I
You
know.
should
Yeah.
have done Lobster Man or something
Dude,
like.
it's so
protector
funny.
of
And then
lobsters.
okay, so the only thing okay as I said the ways that die is shell disease, exhaustion, parasites.
Paradise.
Paradise. And their exhaustion comes from growing too much.
Throw up. My stomach hurts so much. I've
Yeah.
laughed way too much
And
this
they
episode.
die from exhaustion because of like them growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I kind of feel stupid because my whole theory about them not dying
What
could
would
just,
prevent-
that could just be the theoretical of me them not or for them not dying could just be applied to anything.
What would prevent a lobster from growing?
Nothing
Yeah,
prevents
it
them
would
from
just
growing.
keep
Well, I
growing,
guess limited space.
So what if
Limited
a
space, yeah.
lobster went back in time, put itself in a limited space? Would the lobster shrink?
No. Lobsters wouldn't shrink. They just don't grow anymore.
They can't choose. To
Things can't just
change-
start getting smaller because they feel like it.
No, the lobster, okay, so this is the lobster. He goes into the past and puts himself in the past, who is smaller in a tiny box.
You would have to do that to every single lobster in existence. They would have
Easy.
Yeah.
they would
Watch
have to
me.
go through multiple. They would go to multiple lobsters, and even then, it probably wouldn't stop it because it would just stop that one from growing and that.
It's unstoppable.
I think the biggest paradox of the universe is how we keep somehow retreading this lobster
That was your fault
conversation.
that time.
It was. I brought
Yeah.
it up, but I mean,
Lobster.
yeah, lobster, lobber,
Lobster.
Lobber.
lobber,
Lobunter.
labunter. Yeah. Well, that was a very thought-provoking episode. I
Very.
must say.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about everything and nothing at the
My
same
brain
time.
just got so fried that I was just like,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah. But anyways, are you guys ready to close it off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, dear listeners, for listening, as you always do. Hopefully we'll have video next
Yes.
time.
Yep,
And
video.
it's a chance. Might not happen because we haven't gotten it all figured out yet. So we might have to wait
Yeah.
an episode or two.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as possible, it's gonna happen.
As soon as
we're starting
possible.
the ride now.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you guys ready to close it off?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Peace out, media junkies.
All right.
Honestly,
Finally.
Yeah,
Greatest.
holy
I think it's
crap.
gonna be the best episode we made.
Yeah, I mean, we did pretty good with that.
Yeah,
Really, really
it was
good.
good.
It's been building up to this one for a while. Poured a lot of effort into it.
A lot.
But you guys ready to talk about paradoxes now?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Yeah, paradoxes, the topic of the episode.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.